The Yorkie Championship caters for the top drivers in Formula V, a class that has encouraged numerous people to take up the sport and also encouraged Irishmen to make racing cars.
Paul Heavey makes the least done, and this is my first year in it. We're doing very well. Paul's in the front row today, and I'll have to show as well as he will. Hopefully I will.
Paul, you're the designer and driver. That's quite a responsibility.
Yeah, it is, but I mean, if you've confidence in what you design, you might as well put your life on the line and prove that you have confidence in it. It took me 5 months to build the first one, and I proved my confidence in it. I wrote it off at the first meeting, so
you're not, of course, the first Irish designer in this game, not by a long shot.
No, certainly not. No, the man who created the class here was David Shane, and David, in fairness, has been very helpful with a lot of advice and help since I started building the car and since before it. So I mean, there's great sportsmanship and rivalry going on between the two of us.
Regulations are very tight. We police them very closely. The scrutineers obviously look after it very closely. Engine-wise, very few modifications, balancing, different carburetors, rise of compression. That's basically it. Chassis-wise, we stick to one Dunlop intermediate tyre, which keeps costs down. And after that, just the one basic gearbox. We don't allow gear ratio changes, all in the interest of keeping costs low.
Dominic, we can see by the state of your nose cone that it's not always sweetness and light in Formula V.
No way. There's a close contact, you know. There's no harm done to the nose cone, you know.
Now your name is coming up more and more in the timesheets these days. You're on the third row today.
Third row today. I was lucky with the weather. Got the sessions were split, so I was able to set a good time, you know. So I was lucky.
Yeah, V is getting very competitive at the present time. It's a lot more competitive than it was when I first came into it. The numbers are building up every year. I think this year there could be up to 50 or 55 cars out. So when you have the numbers coming up, it has to get more competitive.
Now sometimes it gets pretty hairy out there. There's a lot of things happening in V racing these days. But you all seem to remain very good friends afterwards.
Well, yeah, the majority of guys in V are interested in V for a sport, not for a future, which means that everybody goes to work on Monday. So it's a kind of a social event along with a race meeting on the Sunday.
This is no social event. The lights have changed to green, and it's the Yorkie Formula V race, and from the outside it's Paul Heavey, the man who built this chassis, just getting the sneak on Harty. And up there in the third place you can see Pádraig Owens from the second row, and beside him Dylan and number 8 Newport really coming through. So that is the battle. So it's Dylan in third place, but Harty, the original pole position man, as they go out into the country. But Paul Heavey at the moment, these three pulling away a little, which is unusual for Formula V. Now there was a time there'd be more red flags at a Formula V race than there was in Moscow, but a little spinner, somebody getting on the grass there. Is that Ray Moore? It is indeed, and missed by everybody, Alan.
So he's the man that currently leads the Yorkie Championship, and somebody else in trouble there. It looks like number 18, I think that's Oscar Christie, and he starts right at the back of the field.
And back with the leaders again is still Heavey as they stream up the hill to Dunlop. Out on the outside, and look at Dylan having a look at the inside. Newport has a look. Who's that just tucked in there behind Newton? We missed it. That's John Mahon there in the yellow. Little John, a race winner here before, but these two out front seem to be stamping their authority on this race. And the battle for second place isn't that close that they should be holding each other up, but you can see Pádraig Owens, ex-champion, out on the outside. That's the second place battle, and then they're battling away for third in the background. John Mahon in the orange car there, but Paul Heavey at the moment not making any mistakes. Brian Harty just having a look at the outside, but Heavey keeping that inside line closed, and they must be fairly similar in performance, these two cars. Two different chassis. They just can't make any inroads on them at all, Alan.
And Pádraig Owens, the multiple Formula V champion, up into third place. Another man to look out for, moving very rapidly up the field, is Jerry O'Reilly in car number 2. He started in 7th on the grid, and he's up in about 5th or 6th place now. But our attention goes back to the leaders. And there they come streaming through. There's number 2 on the outside there in the Yorkie car, and he's a very rapid mover indeed. Expector, and there's chaos.
Yes, a lot of them off there on the grass, and it starts with 38, that's Andy Kavanagh, 15 was Begley, 27 McKeown, and 47 Murray. So all of them there Just it takes one spinner and everybody's doing the avoiding action. But meanwhile, up the front, no spins. Harty still with that nose tapped on the gearbox. There's a long way around the outside down here. There's double apex. He's out on the little knobbly bits, but Heavey just getting the grip on the inside and just has the acceleration out of it. They're still fairly evenly matched, and it's battle for second place. Pádraig Owens, he's the danger man. Somebody off that is that Murray, number 47 it is, gone straight on into the tire wall there. Heavey still leads from Harty. Owens up into third place, but the danger man we're going to watch for, the Yorkie man, Jerry O'Reilly, who says it's a little social occasion. I don't think he treats any race as a social occasion till it's all over.
And on the outside this time, Paul Heavey trying to go right round the outside. That's a very brave manoeuvre and getting away with it. Now he's got the inside line, so the Lee Stone leads the Shane. And tremendous stuff. Two manufacturers, two young men, very much amateur racing drivers, but very much at each other's throats at the moment as they come down into this double left-hander, a very tricky corner indeed. So Heavey, number 4, leads from number 6, Brian Harty, just.
I think Harty was nice to Heavey that time. I think if the door was closed a little, he wouldn't have got away with it. But fair dues, they're back here, still all in one piece, no wheels interlock. But Harty, just at the moment, has got to find a way to get Heavey on the off balance. Heavey brave enough. Wow, little wheel out onto the dirt there from Owens. And look at this, there's the man we spoke about, Jerry O'Reilly. Just slots himself up into third place, but loses again. Just came up the hill just a little bit too quick. Seems to be a lot of sand and dust on the road there, but he's still looking at the outside. Again, Harty has this inside line now. He's not going to surely let Heavey make that same manoeuvre again. Owens just putting the wheel on the curb, and he's followed. No, this time it is, and by goodness me, he didn't learn from the first time, but look how close. Jerry O'Reilly's moved in now in third place.
Tremendous stuff from the economy Formula V racing, and these boys really enjoy their motorsport. You can be absolutely sure of that. Look at there, third place Jerry O'Reilly. Another man coming into the picture, Pat Donegan in number 42 in the white car in fourth place.
Now out front, these men are going to be under pressure because it's O'Reilly, and as Alan said, Donegan now moved up in the floor place. He'd be nice to sit here and watch all that's going to happen up front. But Paul Heavey just pulling that little bit away, and what will happen is now Harty's going to have to protect that inside line from Jerry O'Reilly. That's Pádraig Owens. He's been bumped back 2 places, and John Mahon has moved up as well. So we're back with the lead again on the outside, number 7. That's John Mahon having a go there at Pádraig Owens. These two men have raced against each other for a number of years. The danger man up front having a real good look is Jerry O'Reilly.
And on their television appearance, these boys putting on a tremendous performance, and up into second place now, Jerry O'Reilly, number 2 there, right from 7th place on the grid, and he is probably the fastest man out there at the moment. Gets a little bit sideways, a little bit wide there, but throwing the car right out over the curb, and the leader's off.
Yes, that big puff of dust and smoke you saw was Paul Heavey getting right out over the curbs, then lost it on the grass. I don't think Jerry O'Reilly saw him coming back on, but he didn't lift anyway, so he just got in the back from him. He's gone back on. You see it in slow motion. O'Reilly doesn't even move direction, just says, well, you're going to go quick. Now he's into the lead. That's not the way he wanted to lead, but it doesn't matter how you get it once you're leading. And here we go. Harty again has broken away from Donegan, so Harty trying that outside manoeuvre. Now let's see, does Jerry O'Reilly give him the room that he gave to Paul Heavey as they exit Coca-Cola? No, just a little closing of the door there, but that's perfectly legal. There's no sense in letting all that hard work he's done go to waste as they move out into the country once more.
So, Jerry O'Reilly leads at the moment, but it's far from over. Look at Donegan there in third place, number 42. He's right in the picture also, just waiting for any little bit of a hardship that might happen between these two up ahead. A tremendous battle indeed, a 3-car battle, and O'Reilly locks it up. He loses time there, locked the front wheel, not the thing to do, Brian.
Yes, just understeered across the road, and you can see the gap just open up on the inside, and Harty thinking himself if owned there to break a little earlier and gone up. But again, locking that wheel, he's under pressure. He's got to keep the door really closed, and he's gone out wide, and he's let Harty down the inside and into the lead.
Harty takes the lead, and in the background we noticed an amazing drive. Ray Moore has come right back up into about 4th or 5th place. There he is, the green car, and remember, he spun in the first lap. What a recovery, just on the outside there as he went past the curb cam. But here's our hero, Brian Harty, who now has got a little bit of space between him and Jerry O'Reilly just when it counts on the final lap.
And it's not been an easy race. He battled all the way through with the early leader, Paul Heavey, in the Lee Stone till he spun off. had his lead. Then Jerry O'Reilly came back and took it from him. There's the good back of John Mahan just jumping up there, and Ray Moore, the man who spun, remember, on that very first lap, up into 5th place. But here is our leader. Can Jerry O'Reilly do anything better? I think he has a problem with his left-hand front wheel. It seems to be locking more than it should, or else Jerry's just in a hurry to get to the social end of it. Not to worry, up the hill for the last time, moving over to the left. He's keeping that door well closed, locking that wheel again. Now, can Harty make it to the line?
Well, indeed, we just wait to see. Down they come the hill for the last time. Harty's got it. It looks like it's O'Reilly in 2nd place, just from Donegan. And, in fact, Ray Moore took 4th place in the very dying seconds. So, there we see it. Brian Harty wins, O'Reilly 2nd. Superb Formula V racing. Brian, what a race, what pressure.
Yes, first class race, Paul, or Plum. Paul put me under severe pressure in the early stages, and then Jerry in the latter stages.
Now, when he got past you, did you think you'd ever take him again?
Well, I hoped I would. I wasn't going to give up anyway, and he knows that.
Jerry, you came from where was it, a 7th or somewhere?
Yeah, well, I started 7th. I was lucky enough just to get the brakes, and a few lads fell out, and I ended up where I ended up.
And you were sitting watching all this?
That's right, Plum. 3rd place. It was a good race on front.
I suppose hoping for something to happen up front.
That's right, but it didn't. But I was happy with 3rd anyway.
And you got the best view of all.
Exactly.
We're back at Mondello in 2 weeks' time for more racing, and particularly the fighting Formula Fords, and more action from the Dunlop Touring Car Championship. Until then, keep the revs up.